Najang Kulumbe Hua Liliana.
Najang Columbe Hua Marlene Villanueva.
Najan Gulumbe Ua Yareli Ochoa.
Najang Gulumbe Huua Katie Haycock.
Najan Kulumbe Huua Hannah Helm.
Hello everybody, we are Group 2 and our topic for today is Behavioral Health System, providing services to Hmong clients that address Hmong mental health and Hmong spiritual health. Our group decided to interview an individual who is Hmong herself. She has been working as a mental health provider for over 8 years, providing direct services to people who are Hmong and suffer from mental health illness. We decided to interview her because she was able to share not only professional but personal experiences working with both the younger and older generation.
So now we will be talking about some of the barriers for accessing mental health care in the Hmong community. We found that Hmong community are twice as likely to experience mental health issues. Mental health issues are difficult to identify since they are typically manifested as somatic symptoms, and emotions are usually internalized. And the traumatic history of the migration of the Hmong people has contributed a lot to all of these mental health issues that they tend to experience. So some of these issues are, war trauma, violence, poverty loss, culture shock, acculturation, discrimination, language barriers, family changing gender roles and expectations, and intergenerational conflicts between family members.
And then we found during the interview some other barriers are for the youth, especially, particularly them, struggle with conflicts with parents, acculturation, and culture identity issues. And throughout the interview, we found another barrier of there are varying mental health conceptions within the Hmong community. This relates to shame and stigma. And then another barrier is lack of knowledge of Western mental health services and how to access those services. And then we found that complicated referral processes, long wait time, cumbersome intakes process that do not allow for that building or trust rapport building. And then there's a lack of culturally appropriate mental health screening and assessment tools. That's another barrier that we identified through the interview.
And then some practice implications to keep in mind as social workers when working with the Hmong community. Be patient. Therapy can be very new to many clients, and it can take time to build trust. Don't speak too fast. Go at the pace of the client so that they feel comfortable. Empower our clients to use skills that they already have, such as gardening, farming, crafting, hunting, and storytelling.
One other way that clinicians can help support the Hmong community is to encourage clients to learn new skills and participate in community events. So this might look like incorporating field trips or community events into the mental health treatment. So maybe it's encouraging clients to go to events and field trips through the Fresno Center. Another way that clinicians can improve is by being sensitive to our clients' traditional medicine, spiritual practices, and healers. So this might look like encouraging Hmong cultural practices to be in combination with mental health treatment. It might be including soul calling, so hupli, into the mental health treatment as it's relevant to our Hmong clients. It's also important for mental health clinicians to make sure that we don't confuse any type of spiritual experience with a psychosis or a mental illness, and make sure that we understand the difference between what our clients are experiencing spiritually and what might be a mental illness. And then lastly, we can remember that most of our Hmong clients value a strong community. In the Hmong culture, they emphasize family, respect for elders, and community support. So we can encourage our clients to really rely on their community and their family and their elders, and also incorporate that into treatment and look at those as strengths and not barriers. And then as we all want to share some takeaways that we've gotten from being a part of the Latino Hmong Behavioral Health Grant. And one of my biggest takeaways is, as someone who doesn't speak Spanish or doesn't speak Hmong, I have learned how to really come and understand my clients in a different way despite not knowing the language. And so I feel like I've grown in my understanding and also in my practice in working with Hmong and Latino clients that's going to benefit me for years to come.
One of my biggest takeaways is the significance behind really educating yourself on different cultures just so that you know how to best support your clients.
My biggest takeaway from this class is that being culturally competent is something that we have to continue to grow in and to work on. And I think what I really learned from this class is to think outside the box. Just because it works for one client doesn't mean it's going to work for the other. So like continually growing, learning, asking questions, and expanding your knowledge.
And one of my biggest takeaways from this class has definitely been learning more about the Hmong culture. I really want to thank our professor for taking us out into the community, introducing us to mental health clinicians, the farm that they have. I think all that was extremely beneficial for my education. And now I am more aware of what is around our community, so that if I do get any clients who are Hmong, I can refer it to them, I can rely on them, and I can learn more for their well-being.
And I'm truly grateful to have been part of this program in the LAM grant here at Fresno State. I've had the wonderful opportunity of getting to know a culture other than my own, and just realizing how many similarities there are between the Latino and Hmong culture has really created a new experience for me. And I will definitely be taking that on in my future work as a professional in social work.